Proverbs. Chapter 1. 1. The parables of Solomon the son of Daud king of Israel. 2. To know wisdom and instruction, to understand ye words of knowledge. 3. To receive you instruction to do wisely, by justice and judgment and equity. 4. To give to the simple, sharpness of wit, and to the child knowledge and discretion. 5. A wise man shall hear and increase in learning, and a man of understanding shall attain to wise counsels. 6. To understand a parable, and the interpretation, the words of ye wise, and their dark sayings. 7. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. 8. My son, hear thy father's instruction, and forsake not thy mother's teaching. 9. For they shall be a comely ornament to thine head, and a science for thy neck. 10. My son, if sinners do entice thee, consent thou not. 11. If they say, come with verses, we will lay wait for blood, and lie preuily for the innocent without a cause. 12. We will swallow them bpaliu like a grow and whole, as those that go down into the pit. 13. We shall find all precious riches, and fill our houses with spoil. 14. Cast in thy lot among verses, we will all haul one purse. 15. My son, walk not thou in the way with them, refrain thy foot from their path. 16. For their feet run to Yule, and make haste to shed blood. 17. Certainly as without cause the net is spread before the eyes of all that hath wing. 18. So they lay wait for blood and lie preuily for their loose. 19. Such are the ways of Uri, one that is greedy of gain, he would take away the life of the owners thereof. 20. Wisdom crieth without, she bettereth her voice in the streets. 21. She calleth in the high street, among the priests in the entrings of the gates, and bettereth her words in the city, saying, 22. O ye foolish, how long will ye live foolishness? And the scornful take their pleasure in scorning, and the fools hate knowledge? 23. Turn you at my correction, lo, I will pour out my mind to you, and make you understand my words. 24. Because I ha called, and ye refused, I ha stretched out mine hand, and none would regard. 25. But ye ha despised all my counsel, and would none of my correction. 26. I will also laugh at your destruction, and mock, when your fear cometh. 27. Your fear cometh like sudden desolation, and your destruction shall come like a whirlwind. Affliction and anguish shall come upon you. 28. Then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. 29. Because they hated knowledge, and did not choose the fear of the Lord. 30. They would none of my counsel, but despised all my correction. 31. Therefore shall they eat of ye fruit of their own way, and be filled with their own disses. 32. For ease slayeth the foolish, and the prosperity of fools destroyeth them. 33. But he that obeyeth me, shall dwell safely, and be quiet from fear of Yule. Chapter 2. 1. My son, if thou wilt receive my words, and hide my commandments within thee. 2. And cause thine ears to hearken to wisdom, and incline thine heart to understanding. 3. For if thou criest after knowledge, and criest for understanding, for if thou seekest her as silver, and searchest for her as for treasures. 5. Then shalt thou understand the fear of the Lord, and find the knowledge of God. 6. For the Lord jeweth wisdom, out of his mouth cometh knowledge and understanding. 7. He preserveth the state of the righteous, he is a shield to them that walk brightly. 8. That they may keep the ways of judgment, and he preserveth the way of his saints. 9. Then shalt thou understand righteousness, and judgment, and equity, and a good path. 10. When wisdom entereth into thine heart, and knowledge delighteth thy soul. 11. Then shall counsel preserve thee, and understanding shall keep thee. 12. And deliver thee from the Yule way, and from the man that speaketh froward things. 13. And from them that loathe the ways of righteousness to walk in the ways of darkness. 14. Which rejoice in doing Yule, and delight in the frowardness of the wicked. 15. Whose ways are crooked and they are led in their paths. 16. And it shall deliver thee from the strange woman, and from the stranger, which flattereth with her words. 17. Which forsaketh the guide of her youth, and forgetteth the covenant of her God. 18. Surely her house tendeth to death, and her paths to the dead. 19. All they that go to her, return not again, neither take they hold of the ways of life. 20. Therefore walk thou in the way of good men, and keep the ways of the righteous. 21. For the just shall dwell in the land, and the bright men shall remain in it. 22. But the wicked shall be cut off from the earth, and the transgressors shall be rooted out of it. Chapter 3. 1 My son, forget not thou my law, but let thine heart keep my commandments. 2 For they shall increase the length of thy days and the years of life, and thy prosperity. 3 Let not mercy and truth forsake thee, bind them on thy neck, and write them upon the table of thine heart. For so shalt thou find favor and good understanding in the sight of God and man. 5 Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not to thine own wisdom. 6 In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy ways. 7 Be not wise in thine own eyes, but fear the Lord, and depart from evil. 8 So health shall be to thy all, and marrow to thy bones. 9 Honor the Lord with thy riches, and with the first fruits of all thine increase. 10 So shall thy barns be filled with abundance, and thy presses shall burst with new wine. 11 My son, refuse not the chastening of the Lord, neither be grieved with his correction. 12 For the Lord correcteth him, whom he loveth, even as the father doeth the child in whom he delighteth. 13 Blessed is the man that findeth wisdom, and the man that getteth understanding. 14 For the merchandise thereof is better than the merchandise of silver, and the gain thereof is better than gold. 15 It is more precious than pearls, and all things that thou canst desire, are not to be compared to her. 16 Length of days is in her right hand, and in her left hand riches and glory. 17 Her ways are ways of pleasure, and all her paths prosperity. 18 She is a tree of life to them that lay hold on her, and blessed is he that retaineth her. 19 The Lord by wisdom hath laid the foundation of the earth, and hath stablished the heavens through understanding. 20 By his knowledge the depths are broken vp, and the clouds drop down the dew. 21 My son, let not these things depart from thine eyes, but observe wisdom and counsel. 22 So they shall be life to thy soul, and grace to thy neck. 23 Then shalt thou walk safely by thy way, and thy foot shall not stumble. 24 If thou sleepest, thou shalt not be afraid, and when thou sleepest, thy sleep shall be sweet. 25 Thou shalt not fear for any sudden fear, neither for the destruction of the wicked, when it cometh. 26 For the Lord shall be for thine assurance, and shall preserve thy foot from taking. 27 Withhold not the good from the owners thereof, though there be power in thine hand to do it. 28 Say not to thy neighbor, Go and come again, and tomorrow will I gi thee, if thou now ha it. 29 Intend none hurt against thy neighbor, seeing he doeth dwell without fear by thee. 30 Strive not with a man causeless, when he hath done thee no harm. 31 Be not envious for the wicked man, neither choose any of his ways. 32 For the froward is abomination to the Lord, but his secret is with the righteous. 33 The curse of the Lord is in the house of the wicked, but he blesseth the habitation of the righteous. 34 With the scornful he scorneth, but he doeth grace to the humble. 35 The wise shall inherit glory, but fools dishonor, though they be exalted. Chapter 4 1 Hear, O ye children, the instruction of a father, and give ear to learn understanding. 2 For I do you a good doctrine, therefore forsake ye not my law. 3 For I was my father's son, tender and dear in the sight of my mother, for when he taught me, and said to me, Let thine heart hold fast my words, keep my commandments, and thou shalt live. 5 Get wisdom, get understanding, forget not, neither decline from the words of my mouth. 6 Forsake her not, and she shall keep thee, lure her and she shall preserve thee. 7 Wisdom is the beginning, get wisdom therefore, and above all thy possession get understanding. 8 Exalt her, and she shall exalt thee, she shall bring thee to honor, if thou embrace her. 9 She shall do a comely ornament to thine head, yea, she shall do thee a crown of glory. 10 Hear, my son, and receive my words, and the years of thy life shall be many. 11 I ha taught thee in ye way of wisdom, and led thee in the paths of righteousness. 12 Whe thou goest, thy gate shall not be strait, and when thou runnest, thou shalt not fall. 13 Take hold of instruction, and lo not, keep her, for she is thy life. 14 Enter not into the way of the wicked, and walk not in the way of ill men. 15 Avoid it, and go not by it, turn from it, and pass by. 16 For they cannot sleep, except they ha done ill, and their sleep departeth except they cause some to fall. 17 For they eat the bread of wickedness, and drink the wine of violence. 18 But the way of the righteous shineth as the light, that shineth more and more to the perfect day. 19 The way of the wicked is as the darkens, they know not wherein they shall fall. 20 My son, hearken to my words, incline thine ear to my sayings. 21 Let them not depart from thine eyes, but keep them in the middes of thine heart. 22 For they are life to those that find them, and health to all their flesh. 23 Keep thine heart with all diligence, for thereout cometh life. 24 Put away from thee a froward mouth, and put wicked lips far from thee. 25 Let thine eyes behold the right, and let thine eyelids direct thy way before thee. 26 Ponder the path of thy feet, and let all thy ways be ordered aright. 27 Turn not to the right hand, nor to the left, but remove thy foot from evil. Chapter 5 1 My son, hearken to my wisdom, and incline thine ear to my knowledge. 2 That thou mayest regard counsel, and thy lips observe knowledge. 3 For the lips of a strange woman drop as an honeycomb, and her mouth is more soft than oil. 4 But the end of her is bitter as wormwood, and sharp as a two-edged sword. 5 Her feet go down to death, and her steps take hold on hell. 6 She weigheth not the way of life, her paths are movable, thou canst not know them. 7 Hear ye me now therefore, O children, and depart not from the words of my mouth. 8 Keep thy way far from her, and come not near the door of her house. 9 Lest thou do thine honor to others, and thy ear as to the cruel. 10 Lest the stranger should be sealed with thy strength, and thy labors be in the house of a stranger. 11 And thou mourn at thine end, when thou hast consumed thy flesh and thy body. 12 And say, How I hated instruction, and mine heart despised correction. 13 And ha not obeyed the voice of them that taught me, nor inclined mine ear to them that instructed me. 14 I was almost brought into all Yule in ye midst of the congregation and assembly. 15 Drink the water of thy cistern, and of the rewers out of the middes of thine own well. 16 Let thy fountains flow forth, and the rewers of waters in the streets. 17 But let them be thine, you and thine only, and not the strangers with thee. 18 Let thy fountain be blessed, and rejoice with the wife of thy youth. 19 Let her be as the lewing hind and pleasant roe, let her breast satisfy thee at all times, and delight in her lute continually. 20 For why shouldest thou delight, my son, in a strange woman, or embrace the bosom of a stranger? 21 For the ways of man are before the eyes of the Lord, and he pondereth all his paths. 22 His own iniquities shall take the wicked himself, and he shall be holden with the cordis of his own sin. 23 He shall die for fault of instruction, and shall go astray through his great folly. Chapter 6 1 My son, if thou be surety for thy neighbor, and hast striken hands with the stranger, 2 Thou art snared with the words of thy mouth, thou art ewen taken with the words of thine own mouth. 3 Do this now, my son, and deluire thyself, seeing thou art come into the hand of thy neighbor. Go, and humble thyself, and solicite thy friends. For do no sleep to thine eyes, nor slumber to thine eyelids. 5 Deluire thyself as a doe from the hand of the hunter, and as a bird from the hand of the fowler. 6 Go to the pismire, O sluggard, behold her ways, and be wise. 7 For she having no guide, governor, nor ruler. 8 Prepareth her meat in the summer, and gathereth her food in harvest. 9 How long wilt thou sleep, O sluggard? When wilt thou arise out of thy sleep? 10 Yet a little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to sleep. 11 Therefore thy poverty cometh as one that troweleth by the way, and thy necessity like an armed man. 12 The thrifty man and the wicked man walketh with a froward mouth. 13 He mocketh a signa with his eyes, he signifieth with his feet, he instructeth with his fingers. 14 Lewd things are in his heart, he imagineth Yule at all times, and riseth vp contentions. 15 Therefore shall his destruction come speedily, he shall be destroyed suddenly without recouery. 16 These 6 things doeth the Lord hate, yea, his soul abhorreth suin. 17 The haughty eyes, a lying tongue, and the hands that shed innocent blood. 18 An heart that imagineth wicked enterprises, feet that be swift in running to mischief. 19 A false witness that speaketh lies, and him that raceth vp contentions among brethren. 20 My son, keep thy father's commandment, and forsake not thy mother's instruction. 21 Bind them alway upon thine heart, and tie them about thy neck. 22 It shall lead thee, when thou walkest, it shall watch for thee, when thou sleepest, and when thou wakest, it shall talk with thee. 23 For the commandment is a lantern, and instruction a light, and corrections for instruction are the way of life. 24 To keep thee from the wicked woman, and from ye flattery of ye tongue of a strange woman. 25 Desire not her bow tie in thine heart, neither let her take thee with her eyelids. 26 For because of the whorish woman a man is brought to a morsel of bread, and a woman will hunt for the precious life of a man. 27 Can a man take fire in his bosom, and his clothes not be burnt? 28 Or can a man go upon coals, and his feet not be burnt? 29 So he that goeth in to his neighbour's wife, shall not be innocent, whosoever toucheth her. 30 Men do not despise a tf, when he stealeth, to satisfy his soul, because he is hungry. 31 But if he be found, he shall restore sevenfold, or he shall jew all the substance of his house. 32 But he that committeth adultery with a woman, he is destitute of understanding, he that doeth it, destroyeth his own soul. 33 He shall find a wound and dishonour, and his reproach shall ne'er be put away. 34 For jealousy is the rage of a man, therefore he will not spare in the day of vengeance. 35 He cannot bear the sight of any ransom, neither will he consent, though thou augment the gifts. Chapter 7 1 My son, keep my words, and hide my commandments with thee. 2 Keep my commandments, and thou shalt live, and mine instruction as the apple of thine eyes. 3 Bind them upon thy fingers, and write them upon the table of thine heart. For save to wisdom, thou art my sister, and call understanding thy kinswoman. 5 That they may keep thee from the strange woman, and from the stranger that is smooth in her wards. 6 As I was in the window of mine house, I looked through my window. 7 And I saw among the fools, and considered among the children a young man destitute of understanding. 8 Who passed through the street by her corner, and went toward her house. 9 In the twilight in the evening, when the night began to be black and dark. 10 And behold, there met him a woman with an harlot's behour, and subtil in heart. 11 She is babbling and loud, whose feet cannot abide in her house. 12 Now she is without, now in the streets, and lieth in wait at every corner. 13 So she caught him and kissed him, and with an impudent face said to him. 14 I ha peace offerings, this day ha I paid my vows. 15 Therefore came I forth to meet thee, that I might seek thy face, and I ha found thee. 16 I ha decked my bed with ornaments, carpets and laces of Egypt. 17 I ha perfumed my bed with myrrh, aloes, and cinnamon. 18 Come, let verses take our fill of live till the morning, let verses take our pleasure in dalliance. 19 For mine husband is not at home, he is gone a irony far off. 20 He hath taken with him a bag of silver, and will come home at the day appointed. 21 Thus with her great craft she caused him to yield and with her flattering lips she enticed him. 22 And he followed her straight ways, as an ox that goeth to the slaughter, and as a foal to the stocks for correction. 23 Till a dart strike through his lure, as a bird hasteth to the snare, not knowing that he is in danger. 24 Hear me now therefore, O children, and hearken to the words of my mouth. 25 Let not thine heart decline to her ways, wander thou not in her paths. 26 For she hath caused many to fall down wounded, and the strong men are all slain by her. 27 Her house is the way to Yegraua, which goeth down to the chambers of death. Chapter 8 1 Doth not wisdom cry? And understanding veter her voice? 2 She standeth in the top of the high places by the way in the place of the paths. 3 She crieth besides the gates before the city at the entry of the doors. For O men, I call to you, and veter my voice to the children of men. 5 O ye foolish men, understand wisdom, and ye, O fools, be wise in heart. 6 Give ear, for I will speak of excellent things, and the opening of my lips shall teach things that be right. 7 For my mouth shall speak the truth, and my lips abhor wickedness. 8 All the words of my mouth are righteous, there is no lewdness, nor frowardness in them. 9 They are all plain to him that will understand, and straight to them that would find knowledge. 10 Receive you mine instruction, and not silver, and knowledge rather than fine gold. 11 For wisdom is better than precious stones, and all pleasures are not to be compared to her. 12 I wisdom dwell with prudence, and I find forth knowledge and counsels. 13 The fear of the Lord is to hate Eulah's pride, and arrogancy, and the Yule way, and a mouth that speaketh lewd things, I do hate. 14 I ha counsel and wisdom, I am understanding, and I ha strength. 15 By me, kings reign, and princes decree justice. 16 By me princes rule and the nobles, and all the edges of the earth. 17 I love them that love me, and they that seek me early, shall find me. 18 Riches and honor are with me, you endurable riches and righteousness. 19 My fruit is better than gold, you and than fine gold, and my ruin is better than fine silver. 20 I cause to walk in the way of righteousness, and in the middays of the paths of judgment. 21 That I may cause them that love me, to inherit substance, and I will fill their treasures. 22 The Lord hath possessed me in the beginning of his way, I was before his works of old. 23 I was set VP from everlasting, from the beginning and before the earth. 24 When there were no depths, was I begotten, when there were no fountains abounding with water. 25 Before the mountains were set led, and before the hills, was I begotten. 26 He had not yet made the earth, nor the open places, nor the height of the dust in the world. 27 When he prepared the heavens, I was there, when he set the compass upon the deep. 28 When he established the clouds above, when he confirmed the fountains of the deep. 29 When he gave his decree to the sea, that the waters should not pass his commandment, when he appointed the foundations of the earth. 30 Then was I with him as a nourisher, and I was daily his delight, rejoicing alway before him. 31 And took my solace in the compass of his earth, and my delight is with the children of men. 32 Therefore now hearken, O children, to me, for blessed are they that keep my ways. 33 Hear instruction, and be ye wise, and refuse it not. Blessed is the man that heareth me, watching daily at my gates, and doing attendance at the posts of my doors. 34 For he that findeth me, findeth life, and shall obtain favour of the Lord. 35 But he that sinneth against me, hurteth his own soul, and all that hate me, lose death. Chapter 9 One wisdom hath built her house, and hoen out her sewn pillars. 2 She hath killed her victuals, drawn her wine, and prepared her table. 3 She hath sent forth her maidens and crieth upon the highest places of the city, saying, For whoso is simple, let him come hither, and to him that is destitute of wisdom, she saith, 5 Come, and eat of my meat, and drink of the wine that I ha drawn. 6 Forsake your way, ye foolish, and ye shall live, and walk in the way of understanding. 7 He that reproveth a scorner, purchaseth to himself shame, and he that rebuketh the wicked, getteth himself a blot. 8 Rebuke not a scorner, lest he hate thee, but rebuke a wise man, and he will love thee. 9 Do admonition to the wise, and he will be the wiser. Teach a righteous man, and he will increase in learning. 10 The beginning of wisdom is the fear of the Lord, and the knowledge of holy things is understanding. 11 For thy days shall be multiplied by me, and the years of thy life shall be augmented. 12 If thou be wise, thou shalt be wise for thyself, and if thou be a scorner, thou alone shalt suffer. 13 A foolish woman is troublesome, she is ignorant, and knoweth nothing. 14 But she sitteth at the door of her house on a seat in the high places of the city. 15 To call them that pass by the way, that go right on their way, saying, 16 Whoso is simple, let him come hither, and to him that is destitute of wisdom, she saith also, 17 Stolen waters are sweet, and hid bread is pleasant. 18 But he knoweth not, that ye dead are there, and that her guests are in the depth of hell. Chapter 10 1 The parable of Solomon. A wise son mocketh a glad father, but a foolish son is an hoens to his mother. 2 The treasures of wickedness profit nothing, but righteousness delivereth from death. 3 The Lord will not famish the soul of the righteous, but he casteth away the substance of the wicked. For a slothful hand mocketh poor, but the hand of the diligent mocketh rich. 5 He that gathereth in summer, is the son of wisdom, but he that sleepeth in harvest, is the son of confusion. 6 Blessings are upon the head of the righteous, but iniquity shall cover the mouth of the wicked. 7 The memorial of the highest shall be blessed, but the name of the wicked shall rot. 8 The wise in heart will receive commandments, but the foolish in talk shall be beaten. 9 He that walketh brightly, walketh boldly, but he that pursueth his ways, shall be known. 10 He that winketh with the eye, worketh sorrow, and he yet is foolish and talketh, shall be beaten. 11 The mouth of a righteous man is a wellspring of life, but iniquity coureth the mouth of the wicked. 12 Hatred stirreth vp contentions, but lucreth all trespasses. 13 In the lips of him that hath understanding wisdom is found, and a rod shall be for the back of him that is destitute of wisdom. 14 Wise men lay vp knowledge, but ye mouth of the fool is a present destruction. 15 The rich man's goods are his strong city, but the fear of the needy is their poverty. 16 The labor of the righteous tendeth to life, but the ruin is of the wicked to sin. 17 He that regardeth instruction is in the way of life, but he that refuseth correction goeth out of the way. 18 He that dissembleth hatred with lying lips, and he that innuenteth slander, is a fool. 19 In many words there cannot want iniquity, but he that refraineth his lips is wise. 20 The tongue of the highest man is as fine silver, but the heart of the wicked is little worth. 21 The lips of the righteous do feed many, but fools shall die for want of wisdom. 22 The blessing of the Lord, it mocketh riche, and he doeth add no sorrows with it. 23 It is as a pastime to a fool to do wickedly, but wisdom is understanding to a man. 24 That which the wicked feareth, shall come upon him, but God will grant the desire of the righteous. 25 As the whirlwind passeth, so is the wicked no more, but the righteous is as an everlasting foundation. 26 As vinegar is to the teeth, and as smoke to the eyes, so is the slothful to them that send him. 27 The fear of the Lord increaseth the days, but the years of the wicked shall be diminished. 28 The patient abiding of the righteous shall be gladness, but the hope of the wicked shall perish. 29 The way of the Lord is strength to the bright man, but fear shall be for the workers of iniquity. 30 The righteous shall ne'er be removed, but the wicked shall not dwell in the land. 31 The mouth of the highest shall be fruitful in wisdom, but the tongue of the froward shall be cut out. 32 The lips of the righteous know what is acceptable, but the mouth of the wicked speaketh froward things. Chapter 11 1 False balances are an abomination to the Lord, but a perfect weight pleaseth him. 2 When pride cometh, then cometh shame, but with the lowly is wisdom. 3 The brains of the highest shall guide them, but the frowardness of the transgressors shall destroy them. For riches avail not in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivereth from death. 5 The righteousness of the bright shall direct his way, but the wicked shall fall in his own wickedness. 6 The righteousness of the highest shall deliver them, but the transgressors shall be taken in their own wickedness. 7 When a wicked man dieth, his hope perisheth, and the hope of the nighest shall perish. 8 The righteous escapeth out of trouble, and the wicked shall come in his stead. 9 An hypocrite with his mouth hurteth his neighbor, but the righteous shall be delivered by knowledge. 10 In the prosperity of the righteous the city rejoiceth, and when the wicked perish, there is ioe. 11 By the blessing of the righteous, the city is exalted, but it is subverted by the mouth of the wicked. 12 He that despiseth his neighbor is destitute of wisdom, but a man of understanding will keep silence. 13 He that goeth about as a slanderer discovereth a secret, but he that is of a faithful heart concealeth a matter. 14 Where no counsel is, the people fall, but where many counselors are, there is health. 15 He shall be sore vexed, that is surety for a stranger, and he that hath suretyship is sure. 16 A gracious woman attaineth honor, and the strong men attain riches. 17 He that is merciful rewardeth his own soul, but he that troubleth his own flesh is cruel. 18 The wicked worketh a deceitful work, but he that soweth righteousness shall receive a sure reward. 19 As righteousness leadeth to life, so he that followeth guile seeketh his own death. 20 They that are of a froward heart are abomination to the Lord, but they that are bright in their way are his delight. 21 Though hand Iowan in hand, the wicked shall not be punished, but the seed of the righteous shall escape. 22 As a ewe of gold in a swine's snout, so is a fair woman, which lacketh discretion. 23 The desire of the righteous is only good, but the hope of the wicked is indignation. 24 There is that scattereth, and is more increased, but he that spareth more than is right, surely cometh to poverty. 25 The liberal person shall ha plenty, and he that watereth shall also ha rain. 26 He that withdraweth the corn the people will curse him, but blessing shall be upon the head of him that selleth corn. 27 He that seeketh good things, getteth favor, but he that seeketh ill, it shall come to him. 28 He that trusteth in his riches, shall fall, but the righteous shall flourish as a leaf. 29 He that troubleth his own house, shall inherit the wind, and the full shall be seruent to the wise in heart. 30 The fruit of the righteous is as a tree of life, and he that winneth souls is wise. 31 Behold, the righteous shall be recompensed in the earth, how much more the wicked and the sinner? Chapter 12. 1 He that lueth instruction, lueth knowledge, but he that hateth correction, is a fool. 2 A good man getteth favor of the Lord, but the man of wicked imaginations will he condemn. 3 A man cannot be established by wickedness, but the root of the righteous shall not be mud. For a virtuous woman is the crown of her husband, but she that mocketh him ashamed, is as corruption in his bones. 5 The thoughts of the highest are right, but the counsels of the wicked are deceitful. 6 The talking of the wicked is to lie in wait for blood, but the mouth of the righteous will devour them. 7 God overthroweth the wicked, and they are not. But the house of the righteous shall stand. 8 A man shall be commended for his wisdom, but the froward of heart shall be despised. 9 He that is despised, and is his own seruent, is better than he that boasteth himself and lacketh bread. 10 A righteous man regardeth the life of his beast, but the mercies of the wicked are cruel. 11 He that tilleth his land, shall be satisfied with bread, but he that followeth the idle, is destitute of understanding. 12 The wicked desireth the net of eels, but the root of the righteous jeweth fruit. 13 The ill man is snared by the wickedness of his lips, but the highest shall come out of adversity. 14 A man shall be satiate with good things by the fruit of his mouth, and the recompense of a man's hand shall God give to him. 15 The way of a fool is right in his own eyes, but he that heareth counsel, is wise. 16 A fool in a day shall be known by his anger, but he that coureth shame is wise. 17 He that speaketh truth, will show righteousness, but a false witness saith deceit. 18 There is that speaketh words like the prickings of a sword, but the tongue of wise men is health. 19 The lip of truth shall be stable for ewer, but a lying tongue varieth incontinently. 20 Deceit is in the heart of them that imagine ill, but to the counselors of peace shall be ioe. 21 There shall none iniquity come to the highest, but the wicked are full of ill. 22 The lying lips are an abomination to the Lord, but they that deal truly are his delight. 23 A wise man concealeth knowledge, but the heart of the fools publisheth foolishness. 24 The hand of the diligent shall bear rule, but the idle shall be vendor tribute. 25 Hoines in the heart of man doeth bring it down, but a good word reuseth it. 26 The righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the way of the wicked will deceive them. 27 The deceitful man rosteth not, that he took in hunting, but the riches of the diligent man are precious. 28 Life is in the way of righteousness, and in that pathway there is no death. Chapter 13. 1 A wise son will obey the instruction of his father, but a scorner will hear no rebuke. 2 A man shall eat good things by the fruit of his mouth, but the soul of the trespassers shall suffer violence. 3 He that keepeth his mouth, keepeth his life, but he that openeth his lips, destruction shall be to him. For the sluggard lusteth, but his soul hath not, but the soul of the diligent shall ha plenty. 5 A righteous man hateth lying words, but the wicked causeth slander and shame. 6 Righteousness preserveth the pride of life, but wickedness overthroweth the sinner. 7 There is that mocketh himself rich, and hath nothing, and that mocketh himself poor, having great riches. 8 A man will jew his riches for the ransom of his life, but the poor cannot hear ye reproach. 9 The light of the righteous reuseth, but the candle of the wicked shall be put out. 10 Only by pride doeth man make contention, but with the well-advised is wisdom. 11 The riches of vanity shall diminish, but he that gathereth with the hand, shall increase them. 12 The hope that is deferred, is the fainting of the heart, but when the desire cometh, it is as a tree of life. 13 He that despiseth the word, he shall be destroyed, but he that feareth the commandment he shall be rewarded. 14 The instruction of a wise man is as the wellspring of life, to turn away from the snares of death. 15 Good understanding mocketh acceptable, but the way of the disobedient is hated. 16 A wise man will work by knowledge, but a fool will spread abroad folly. 17 A wicked messenger falleth into Yule, but a faithful ambassador is persuasion. 18 Poverty and shame is to him that refuseth instruction, but he that regardeth correction shall be honored. 19 A desire accomplished delighteth ye soul, but it is an abomination to fools to depart from Yule. 20 He that walketh with the wise shall be wise, but a companion of fools shall be afflicted. 21 Affliction followeth sinners, but to the righteous God will recompense good. 22 The good man shall due inheritance to his children's children, and the riches of the sinner is laid vp for the highest. 23 Much food is in the field of the poor, but the field is destroyed without discretion. 24 He that spareth his rod, hateth his son, but he that lueth him, chasteneth him betime. 25 The righteous eateth to the contentation of his mind, but the belly of the wicked shall want. Chapter 14. 1 A wise woman buildeth her house, but the foolish destroyeth it with her own hands. 2 He that walketh in his righteousness feareth the Lord, but he that is lewd in his ways despiseth him. 3 In the mouth of the foolish is the rod of pride, but the lips of the wise preserve them. For where none oxen are, there the crib is empty, but much increase cometh by the strength of the ox. 5 A faithful witness will not lie, but a false record will speak lies. 6 A scorner seeketh wisdom, and findeth it not, but knowledge is easy to him that will understand. 7 Depart from the foolish man, when thou pursuest not in him the lips of knowledge. 8 The wisdom of ye prudent is to understand his way, but the foolishness of the fools is deceit. 9 The fool mocketh a mock of sin, but among the righteous there is favour. 10 The heart knoweth the bitterness of his soul, and the stranger shall not meddle with his ioe. 11 The house of the wicked shall be destroyed, but the tabernacle of the righteous shall flourish. 12 There is a way that seemeth right to a man, but the issues thereof are the ways of death. 13 Ewan in laughing the heart is sorrowful, and the endy of that mirth is holiness. 14 The heart that declineth shall be satiate with his own ways, but a good man shall depart from him. 20 He that curseth his father or his mother, his light shall be put out and obscure darkens. 21 An heritage is hastily gotten at the beginning, but the end thereof shall not be blessed. 22 Say not thou, I will recompense you'll, but wait upon the Lord, and he shall saw thee. 23 Doers' weights are an abomination to the Lord, and deceitful balances are not good. 24 The steps of man are ruled by the Lord, how can a man then understand his own way? 25 It is a destruction for a man to do that which is sanctified, and after the vows to inquire. 26 A wise king scattereth the wicked, and causeth the wheel to turn ear them. 27 The light of the Lord is the breath of man, and searcheth all the bowels of the belly. 28 Mercy and truth preserve the king, for his throne shall be established with mercy. 29 The bow tie of young men is their strength, and the glory of the aged is the grey head. 30 The bloons of the wound serueth to purge the Yule, and the stripes within the bowels of the belly. Chapter 21. 1 The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, as the rewers of waters, he turneth it whithersoever it pleaseth him. 2 Every way of a man is right in his own eyes, but the Lord pondereth the hearts. 3 To do justice and judgment is more acceptable to the Lord than sacrifice. For a haughty look, and a proud heart, which is the light of the wicked, is sin. 5 The thoughts of the diligent do surely bring abundance, but whosoever is hasty, cometh surely to poverty. 6 The gathering of treasures by a deceitful tongue is vanity tossed to and from of them that seek death. 7 The robbery of the wicked shall destroy them, for they ha refused to execute judgment. 8 The way of some is perverted and strange, but of the pure man, his work is right. 9 It is better to dwell in a corner of the housetop, than with a contentious woman in a wide house. 10 The soul of the wicked wisheth Yule, and his neighbor hath no favour in his eyes. 11 When the scorner is punished, the foolish is wise, and when one instructeth the wise, he will receive knowledge. 12 The righteous teacheth the house of the wicked, but God overthroweth the wicked for their Yule. 13 He that stoppeth his ear at the crying of the poor, he shall also cry and not be heard. 14 A gift in secret pacifieth anger, and a gift in the bosom great wrath. 15 It is ioe to the highest to do judgment, but destruction shall be to the workers of iniquity. 16 A man that wandereth out of the way of wisdom, shall remain in the congregation of the dead. 17 He that lueth pastime, shall be a poor man, and he that lueth wine and oil, shall not be riche. 18 The wicked shall be a ransom for the highest, and the transgressor for the righteous. 19 It is better to dwell in the wilderness, than with a contentious and angry woman. 20 In the house of the wise is a pleasant treasure and oil, but a foolish man doeth it. 21 He that followeth after righteousness and mercy, shall find life, righteousness, and glory. 22 A wise man goeth vp into the city of the mighty, and casteth down the strength of the confidence thereof. 23 He that keepeth his mouth and his tongue, keepeth his soul from afflictions. 24 Proud, haughty, and scornful is his name that worketh in his arrogancy wrath. 25 The desire of the slothful slayeth him, for his hands refuse to work. 26 He could you more greedily, but the righteous jeweth and spareth not. 27 The sacrifice of the wicked is an abomination, how much more when he bringeth it with a wicked mind. 28 A false witness shall perish, but he that heareth, speaketh continually. 29 A wicked man hardeneth his face, but the highest, he will direct his way. 30 There is no wisdom, neither understanding, nor counsel against the Lord. 31 The horse is prepared against the day of battle, but salutation is of the Lord. Chapter 22 1 A good name is to be chosen above great riches, and luing fawr is above silver and above gold. 2 The rich and poor meet together, the Lord is the maker of them all. 3 A prudent man seeth the plague, and hideth himself, but the foolish go on still, and are punished. For the reward of humility, and the fear of God is riches, and glory, and life. 5 Thorns and snares are in the way of the froward, but he that regardeth his soul, will depart far from them. 6 Teach a child in the trade of his way, and when he is old, he shall not depart from it. 7 The rich ruleth the poor, and the borrower is seruant to the man that lendeth. 8 He that soweth iniquity, shall reap affliction, and the rod of his anger shall fail. 9 He that hath a good eye, he shall be blessed, for he jeweth of his bread to the poor. 10 Cast out the scorner, and strife shall go out, so contention and reproach shall cease. 11 He that lueth pureness of heart for the grace of his lips, the king shall be his friend. 12 The eyes of the Lord preserve knowledge, but he overthroweth the words of the transgressor. 13 The slothful man saith, a lion is without, I shall be slain in the street. 14 The mouth of strange women is as a deep pit, he with whom the Lord is angry, shall fall therein. 15 Foolishness is bound in the heart of a child, but the rod of correction shall dry it away from him. 16 He that oppresseth the poor to increase himself, and jeweth to the rich, shall surely come to poverty. 17 Incline thine ear, and hear the words of the wise, and apply thine heart to my knowledge. 18 For it shall be pleasant, if thou keep them in thy belly, and if they be directed together in thy lips. 19 That thy confidence may be in the Lord, I ha shewed thee this day, thou therefore take heed. 20 Ha not I written to thee 3 times in counsels and knowledge. 21 That I might shew thee the assurance of the words of truth to answer the words of truth to them that send to thee. 22 Rob not the poor, because he is poor, neither oppress the afflicted in judgment. 23 For the Lord will defend their cause, and spoil the soul of those that spoil them. 24 Make no friendship with an angry man, neither go with a furious man. 25 Lest thou learn his ways, and receive destruction to thy soul. 26 Be not thou of them that touch the hand, nor among them that are surety for debts. 27 If thou hast nothing to pay, why causest thou that he should take thy bed from vendor thee? 28 Thou shalt not remove the ancient bounds which thy fathers ha made. 29 Thou sayest that a diligent man in his business standeth before kings, and standeth not before the base sort. Chapter 23 1 When thou sittest to eat with a ruler, consider diligently what is before thee. 2 And put the knife to thy throat, if thou be a man Jewan to the appetite. 3 Be not desirous of his D and tie meats, for it is a deceivable meat. For trial not too much to be rich, but cease from thy wisdom. 5 Wilt thou cast thine eyes upon it, which is nothing? For riches taketh her to her wings, as an eagle, and flieth into the hoen. 6 Eat thou not the bread of him that hath an ewel eye, neither desire his D and tie meats. 7 For as though he thought it in his heart, so will he say to thee, Eat and drink, but his heart is not with thee. 8 Thou shalt vomit thy morsels that thou hast eaten, and thou shalt lose thy sweet wards. 9 Speak not in the ears of a fool, for he will despise the wisdom of thy wards. 10 Remove not the ancient bounds, and enter not into the fields of the fatherless. 11 For he that redeemeth them is mighty, he will defend their cause against thee. 12 Apply thine heart to instruction, and thine ears to the words of knowledge. 13 Withhold not correction from the child, if thou smite him with the rod, he shall not die. 14 Thou shalt smite him with the rod, and shalt deliver his soul from hell. 15 My son, if thine heart be wise, mine heart shall rejoice, and I also. 16 And my reins shall rejoice, when thy lips speak righteous things. 17 Let not thine heart be envious against sinners, but let it be in the fear of the Lord continually. 18 For surely there is an end, and thy hope shall not be cut off. 19 O thou my son, hear, and be wise, and guide thine heart in the way. 20 Keep not company with drunkards, nor with gluttons. 21 For the drunkard and the glutton shall be poor, and the sleeper shall be clothed with rags. 22 Obey thy father that hath begotten thee, and despise not thy mother when she is old. 23 Buy the truth, but sell it not, likewise wisdom, and instruction, and understanding. 24 The father of the righteous shall greatly rejoice, and he that begetteth a wise child, shall ha ioe of him. 25 Thy father and thy mother shall be glad, and she that bare thee shall rejoice. 26 My son, give me thine heart, and let thine eyes delight in my ways. 27 For a whore is as a deep ditch, and a strange woman is as a narrow pit. 28 Also she lieth in wait as for a prey, and she increaseth the transgressors among men. 29 To whom is woe? To whom is sorrow? To whom is strife? To whom is murmuring? To whom are wounds without cause? And to whom is the redness of the eyes? 30 You unto them that tarry long at the wine, to them that go, and seek mixed wine. 31 Look not thou upon the wine, when it is red, and when it sheweth his colour in the cup, or goeth down pleasantly. 32 In the endy thereof it will bite like a serpent, and hurt like a cockatrice. 33 Thine eyes shall look upon strange women, and thine heart shall speak lewd things. 34 And thou shalt be as one that sleepeth in the middes of the sea, and as he that sleepeth in the top of the mast. 35 They ha stricken me, shalt thou say, but I was not sick, they ha beaten me, but I knew not, when I awoke, therefore will I seek it yet still. Chapter 24 1 Be not thou envious against ill men, neither desire to be with them. 2 For their heart imagineth destruction, and their lips speak mischief. 3 Through wisdom is an house builded, and with understanding it is established. 4 And by knowledge shall the chambers be filled with all precious, and pleasant riches. 5 A wise man is strong, for a man of understanding increaseth his strength. 6 For with counsel thou shalt enterprise thy war, and in the multitude of them that can do counsel, is health. 7 Wisdom is high to a fool, therefore he cannot open his mouth in the gate. 8 He that imagineth to do ill, men shall call him an author of wickedness. 9 The wicked thought of a fool is sin, and the scorner is an abomination to men. 10 If thou be faint in the day of adversity, thy strength is small. 11 Deliver them that are drawn to death, wilt thou not preserve them that are led to be slain? 12 If thou say, Behold, we knew not of it, he that pondereth the hearts, doeth not he understand it? And he that keepeth thy soul, knoweth he it not? Will not he also recompense every man according to his works? 13 My son, eat honey, for it is good, and the honeycomb, for it is sweet to thy mouth. 14 So shall the knowledge of wisdom be to thy soul, if thou find it, and there shall be an end, and thine hope shall not be cut off. 15 Lay no weight, O wicked man, against the house of the righteous, and spoil not his resting place. 16 For a highest man falleth soon times, and riseth again, but the wicked fall into mischief. 17 Be thou not glad when thine enemy falleth, and let not thine heart rejoice when he stumbleth. 18 Lest the Lord see it, and it displease him, and he turn his wrath from him. 19 Fret not thyself because of the malicious, neither be envious at the wicked. 20 For there shall be none endy of plagues to the ill man, the light of the wicked shall be put out. 21 My son, fear the Lord, and the king, and meddle not with them that are seditious. 22 For their destruction shall rise suddenly, and who knoweth the ruin of them both? 23 Also these things pertain to the wise, it is not good to ha respect of any person in agement. 24 He that saith to the wicked, Thou art righteous, him shall the people curse, and the multitude shall abhor him. 25 But to them that rebuke him, shall be pleasure, and upon them shall come the blessing of goodness. 26 They shall kiss the lips of him that answereth bright words. 27 Prepare thy work without, and make ready thy things in the fielda, and after, build a thine house. 28 Be not a witness against thy neighbor without cause, for wilt thou deceive with thy lips? 29 Say not, I will do to him, as he hath done to me, I will recompense every man according to his work. 30 I passed by the fielda of the slothful, and by the vineyard of the man destitute of understanding. 31 And lo, it was grown over with thorns, and nettles had covered the face thereof, and the stone wall thereof was broken down. 32 Then I beheld, and I considered it well, I looked upon it, and received instruction. 33 Yet a little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to sleep. 34 So thy poverty cometh as one that travaileth by the way, and thy necessity like an armed man. Chapter 25 1 These are also parables of Solomon, which the men of Hezekiah king of Judah copied out. 2 The glory of God is to conceal a thing secret, but the king's honor is to search out a thing. 3 The heaven in height, and the earth in deepens, and the king's heart can no man search out. 4 Take the dross from the silver, and there shall proceed a vessel for the finer. 5 Take away the wicked from the king, and his throne shall be stablished in righteousness. 6 Boast not thyself before the king, and stand not in the place of great men. 7 For it is better, that it be said unto thee, Come thee hither, than thou to be put lower in the precease of the prince whom thine eyes ha seen. 8 Go not forth hastily to strife, lest thou know not what to do in the ending thereof, when thy neighbor hath put thee to shame. 9 Debate thy matter with thy neighbor, and discover not the secret to another. 10 Lest he that heareth it put thee to shame, and thine infamy do not cease. 11 A word spoken in his place, is like apples of gold with pictures of silver. 12 He that reproveth the wise, and the obedient ear, is as a golden earring and an ornament of fine gold. 13 As the cold of the snow in the time of harvest, so is a faithful messenger to them that send him, for he refresheth the soul of his masters. 14 A man that boasteth of false liberality, is like clouds and wind without rain. 15 A prince is pacified by staying of anger, and a soft tongue breaketh the bones. 16 If thou ha found honey, eat that is sufficient for thee, lest thou be fool, and vomit it. 17 Withdraw thy foot from thy neighbor's house, lest he be weary of thee, and hate thee. 18 A man that beareth false witness against his neighbor, is like an hammer and a sword, and a sharp arrow. 19 Confidence in an unfaithful man in time of trouble, is like a broken tooth and a sliding foot. 20 He that taketh away the garment in the cold season, is like vinegar poured upon nitre, or like him that singeth songs to an holy heart. 21 If he that hath thee be hungry, jew him bread to eat, and if he be thirsty, jew him water to drink. 22 For thou shalt lay coals upon his head, and the Lord shall recompense thee. 23 As the north wind drieth away the rain, so doeth an angry countenance the slandering tongue. 24 It is better to dwell in a corner of the house top, than with a contentious woman in a wide house. 25 As are the cold waters to a weary soul, so is good news from a far country. 26 A righteous man falling down before the wicked, is like a troubled well, and a corrupt spring. 27 It is not good to eat much honey, so to search their own glory is not glory. 28 A man that refraineth not his appetite, is like a city which is broken down and without walls. Chapter 26 1 As the snow in the summer, and as the rain in the harvest are not meet, so is honor unseemly for a fool. 2 As the sparrow by flying, and the swallow by flying escape, so the curse that is causeless shall not come. 3 To the horse belongeth a whip, to the ass a bridle, and a rod to the fool's back. For answer not a fool according to his foolishness, lest thou also be like him. 5 Answer a fool according to his foolishness, lest he be wise in his own conceit. 6 He that sendeth a message by the hand of a fool, is as he that cutteth off the feet, and drinketh iniquity. 7 As they that lift vp the legs of the lame, so is a parable in a fool's mouth. 8 As the closing vp of a precious stone in an heap of stones, so is he that jeweth glory to a full. 9 As a thorn standing vp in the hand of a drunkard, so is a parable in the mouth of fools. 10 The excellent that formed all things, both rewardeth the full and rewardeth the transgressors. 11 As a dog turneth again to his own vomit, so a fool turneth to his foolishness. 12 Sayest thou a man wise in his own conceit? More hope is of a fool than of him. 13 The slothful man saith, a lion is in the way, a lion is in the streets. 14 As the door turneth upon his hinges, so doeth the slothful man upon his bed. 15 The slothful hideth his hand in his bosom, and it greweth him to put it again to his mouth. 16 The sluggard is wiser in his own conceit, than suen men that can render a reason. 17 He that passeth by and meddleth with the strife that belongeth not to him, is as one that taketh a dog by the ears. 18 As he that feigneth himself mad, casteth firebrands, arrows, and mortal things. 19 So dealeth the deceitful man with his friend and saith, am not I in sport? 20 Without wood the fire is quenched, and without a talebearer strife saith. 21 As ye coal mocketh burning coals, and wood a fire, so the contentious man is apt to kindle strife. 22 The words of a talebearer are as flatterings, and they go down into the bowels of the belly. 23 As silver dross hour laid upon a potsherd, so are burning lips, and an ill heart. 24 He that hatteth, will counterfeit with his lips, but in his heart he layeth vp deceit. 25 Though he speak forwardly, believe him not, for there are suen abominations in his heart. 26 Hatred may be cowed by deceit, but the malice thereof shall be discovered in the congregation. 27 He that diggeth a pit shall fall therein, and he that rolleth a stone, it shall return to him. 28 A false tongue hatteth the afflicted, and a flattering mouth causeth ruin. Chapter 27 1 Boast not thyself of tomorrow, for thou knowest not what a day may bring forth. 2 Let another man praise thee, and not thine own mouth, a stranger, and not thine own lips. 3 A stone is holy, and the sand weight high, but a fool's wrath is holier than them both. For anger is cruel, and wrath is raging, but who can stand before ennui? 5 Open rebuke is better than secret lieu. 6 The wounds of a lover are faithful, and the kisses of an enemy are pleasant. 7 The person that is full, despiseth an honeycomb, but to the hungry soul every bitter thing is sweet. 8 As a bird that wandereth from her nest, so is a man that wandereth from his own place. 9 As ointment and perfume rejoice the heart, so doeth the sweetness of a man's friend by hearty counsel. 10 Thine own friend and thy father's friend forsake thou not, neither enter into thy brother's house in the day of thy calamity, for better is a neighbor that is near, than a brother far off. 11 My son, be wise, and rejoice mine heart, that I may answer him that reproacheth me. 12 A prudent man seeth the plague, and hideth himself, but the foolish go on still, and are punished. 13 Take his garment that is surety for a stranger, and a pledge of him for the stranger. 14 He that praiseth his friend with a loud voice, rising airily in the morning, it shall be counted to him as a curse. 15 A continual dropping in the day of rain, and a contentious woman are alike. 16 He that hideth her, hideth the wind, and she is as ye oil in his right hand, that bettereth itself. 17 Iron sharpeneth iron, so doeth man sharpen the face of his friend. 18 He that keepeth the fig tree, shall eat the fruit thereof, so he that waiteth upon his master, shall come to honor. 19 As in water face answereth to face, so the heart of man to man. 20 The grower and destruction can noyer be full, so the eyes of man can noyer be satisfied. 21 As is the fining pot for silver and the furnace for gold, so is every man according to his dignity. 22 Though thou shouldest bray a full in a mortar among wheat braid with a pestle, yet will not his foolishness depart from him. 23 Be diligent to know ye state of thy flock, and take heed to the herds. 24 For riches remain not alway, nor the crown from generation to generation. 25 The hay discoureth itself, and the grass appeareth, and the herbs of the mountains are gathered. 26 The lambs are for thy clothing, and the goats are the price of the field. 27 And let the milk of the goats be sufficient for thy food, for the food of thy family, and for the sustenance of thy maids. Chapter 28. 1 The wicked flee when none pursueth, but the righteous are bold as a lion. 2 For the transgression of the land there are many princes thereof, but by a man of understanding and knowledge a real me likewise endureth long. 3 A poor man, if he oppress the poor, is like a raging rain, that loweth no food. For they that forsake the law, praise the wicked, but they that keep the law, set themselves against them. 5 Wicked men understand not iagement, but they that seek the Lord understand all things. 6 Better is the poor that walketh in his brightness, than he that perverteth his ways, though he be rich. 7 He that keepeth the law, is a child of understanding, but he that feedeth the gluttons, shameth his father. 8 He that increaseth his riches by shuery and interest, gathereth them for him that will be merciful to the poor. 9 He that turneth away his ear from hearing the law, you and his prayers shall be abominable. 10 He that causeth the righteous to go astray by an ill way, shall fall into his own pit, and the bright shall inherit good things. 11 The rich man is wise in his own conceit, but the poor that hath understanding, can tree him. 12 When righteous men rejoice, there is great glory, but when the wicked come vp, the man is tried. 13 He that hideth his sins, shall not prosper, but he that confesseth, and forsaketh them, shall ha mercy. 14 Blessed is the man that feareth alway, but he that hardeneth his heart, shall fall into Sheol. 15 As a roaring lion, and an hungry bear, so is a wicked ruler over the poor people. 16 A prince destitute of understanding, is also a great oppressor, but he that hateth covetousness, shall prolong his days. 17 A man that doeth violence against the blood of a person, shall flee to the ground, and they shall not stay him. 18 He that walketh brightly, shall be sound, but he that is froward in his ways, shall once fall. 19 He that tilleth his land, shall be satisfied with bread. But he that followeth the idle, shall be filled with poverty. 20 A faithful man shall abound in blessings, and he that mocketh haste to be rich, shall not be innocent. 21 To ha respect of persons is not good, for that man will transgress for a piece of bread. 22 A man with a wicked eye hasteth to riches, and knoweth not, that poverty shall come upon him. 23 He that rebuketh a man, shall find more favour at length, than he that flattereth with his tongue. 24 He that robbeth his father and mother, and saith, it is no transgression, is the companion of a man that destroyeth. 25 He that is of a proud heart, stirreth vp strife, but he that trusteth in the Lord, shall be fat. 26 He that trusteth in his own heart, is a fool, but he that walketh in wisdom, shall be delivered. 27 He that doeth to the poor, shall not lack but he that hideth his eyes, shall ha many curses. 28 When the wicked rise vp, men hide themselves, but when they perish, ye righteous increase. Chapter 29. 1 A man that hardeneth his neck when he is rebuked, shall suddenly be destroyed and cannot be cured. 2 When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked beareth rule, the people sigh. 3 A man that lueth wisdom, rejoiceth his father, but he that feedeth harlots, wasteth his substance. For a king by iagement maintaineth ye country, but a man receiving gifts, destroyeth it. 5 A man that flattereth his neighbor, spreadeth a net for his steps. 6 In the transgression of an ill man is his snare, but the righteous doeth sing and rejoice. 7 The righteous knoweth the cause of the poor, but the wicked regardeth not knowledge. 8 Scornful men bring a city into a snare, but wise men turn away wrath. 9 If a wise man contend with a foolish man, whether he be angry or laugh, there is no rest. 10 Bloody men hate him that is bright, but the eyes ha care of his soul. 11 A fool powereth out all his mind, but a wise man keepeth it in till afterward. 12 Of a prince that hearkeneth to lies, all his servants are wicked. 13 The poor and the sure meet together, and the Lord lighteneth both their eyes. 14 A king that judgeth the poor in truth, his throne shall be established for ever. 15 The rod and correction do wisdom, but a child set at liberty, mocketh his mother ashamed. 16 When the wicked are increased, transgression increaseth, but ye righteous shall see their fall. 17 Correct thy son and he will do thee rest, and will do pleasures to thy soul. 18 Where there is no vision, the people decay, but he that keepeth the law, is blessed. 19 A servant will not be chastised with words, though he understand, yet he will not answer a. 20 Sayest thou a man hasty in his matters? There is more hope of a fool, than of him. 21 He that delicately bringeth vp his servant from youth, at length he will be ewen as his sown. 22 An angry man stirreth vp strife, and a furious man aboundeth in transgression. 23 The pride of a man shall bring him low, but the humble in spirit shall enjoy glory. 24 He that is partner with a tf, hateth his own soul, he heareth cursing, and declareth it not. 25 The fear of man bringeth a snare, but he that trusteth in the Lord, shall be exalted. 26 Many do seek the face of the ruler, but every man's judgment cometh from the Lord. 27 A wicked man is abomination to the highest, and he that is bright in his way, is abomination to the wicked. Chapter 30. 1 The words of Agag the son of Jake the prophecy which ye man spake to Ithiel, Ewan to Ithiel, and Cal. 2 Surely I am more foolish than any man, and ha not the understanding of a man in me. 3 For I ha not learned wisdom, nor attained to the knowledge of holy things. For who hath ascended vp to Hoan, and descended? Who hath gathered the wind in his fist? Who hath bound the waters in a garment? Who hath established all the endies of the world? What is his name, and what is his son's name, if thou canst tell? 5 Your reward of God is pure, he is a shield to those that trust in him. 6 Put nothing to his wards, lest he reprove thee, and thou be found a liar. 7 Two things ha I required of thee, deny me them not before I die. 8 Remove from me vanity and lies, do me not poverty, nor riches, feed me with food convenient for me. 9 Lest I be full, and deny thee, and say, Who is the Lord? Or lest I be poor and steal, and take the name of my God in vain. 10 Accuse not a servant to his master, lest he curse thee, when thou hast offended. 11 There is a generation that curseth their father, and doeth not bless their mother. 12 There is a generation that are pure in their own conceit, and yet are not washed from their filthiness. 13 There is a generation, whose eyes are haughty, and their eyelida are lifted vp. 14 There is a generation, whose teeth are as swords, and their jaws as news to eat vp the afflicted out of the earth, and the poor from among men. 15 The horse Leache hath 2 daughters which cry, Jew, Jew. There be 3 things that will not be satisfied, for that say not, it is enough. 16 The groua, and the barren womb, the earth that cannot be satisfied with water, and the fire that saith not, it is enough. 17 The eye that mocketh his father and despiseth the instruction of his mother, let ye rawns of the valley pick it out, and the young eagles eat it. 18 There be 3 things hid from me, for that I know not. 19 The way of an eagle in the air, the way of a serpent upon a stone, ye way of a ship in ye middes of the sea, and the way of a man with a maid. 20 Such is ye way also of an adulterous woman, she eateth and wipeth her mouth, and saith, I ha not committed iniquity. 21 For 3 things the earth is moved, for 4 it cannot sustain itself. 22 For a servant when he reigneth, and a fool when he is filled with meat. 23 For the hateful woman, when she is married, and for a handmaid that is heir to her mistress. 24 These be 4 small things in the earth, yet they are wise and full of wisdom. 25 The pismer is a people not strong, yet prepare they their meat in summer. 26 The conies a people not mighty, yet make their houses in the rock. 27 The grasshopper hath no king, yet go they forth all by bands. 28 The spider taketh hold with her hands, and is in kings' palaces. 29 There be 3 things that order well their going, 4 are comely in going. 30 A lion which is strong among beasts, and turneth not at the sight of any. 31 A lusty greyhound, and a goat, and a king against whom there is no rising vp. 32 If thou hast been a foolish in lifting thyself vp, and if thou hast thought wickedly, lay thine hand upon thy mouth. 33 When one churneth milk, he bringeth forth butter, and he that wringeth his nose, causeth blood to come out, so he that forceth wrath, bringeth forth strife. Chapter 31. 1 The words of King Laman, the prophecy which his mother taught him. 2 What my son? And what ye son of my womb? And what, O son of my desires? 3 Do not thy strength to women, nor thy ways, which is to destroy kings. For it is not for kings, O Lemuel, it is not for kings to drink wine nor for princes strong drink. 5 Lest he drink and forget the decree, and change the judgment of all the children of affliction. 6 Give ye strong drink to him that is ready to perish, and wine to them that ha grief of heart. 7 Let him drink, that he may forget his poverty, and remember his misery no more. 8 Open thy mouth for the dom and the cause of all the children of destruction. 9 Open thy mouth, judge righteously, and judge the afflicted, and the poor. 10 Who shall find a virtuous woman? For her price is Phareah the pearls. 11 The heart of her husband trusteth in her, and he shall ha no need of spoil. 12 She will do him good, and not ill all the days of her life. 13 She seeketh wool and flax, and laboureth cheerfully with her hands. 14 She is like the ships of merchants, she bringeth her food from afar. 15 And she riseth, whiles it is yet night, and jeweth the portion to her household, and the ordinary to her maids. 16 She considereth a field, and getteth it, and with the fruit of her hands she planteth a vineyard. 17 She girdeth her loins with strength, and strengtheneth her arms. 18 She feeleth that her merchandise is good, her candle is not put out by night. 19 She putteth her hands to the wheroo, and her hands handle the spindle. 20 She stretcheth out her hand to the poor, and putteth forth her hands to the needy. 21 She feareth not the snow for her family, for all her family is clothed with scarlet. 22 She mocketh herself carpets, fine linen and purple is her garment. 23 Her husband is known in the gates, when he sitteth with the elders of the land. 24 She mocketh sheets, and selleth them, and jeweth girdles to the merchant. 25 Strength and honor is her clothing, and in the latter day she shall rejoice. 26 She openeth her mouth with wisdom, and the law of grace is in her tongue. 27 She overseeth the ways of her household, and eateth not the bread of idlings. 28 Her children rise vp, and call her blessed, her husband also shall praise her, saying, 29 Many daughters ha done virtuously, but thou surmountest them all. 34 Is deceitful, and bow tie is vanity, but a woman that feareth the Lord, she shall be praised. 31 Jew her of the fruit of her hands, and let her own works praise her in the gates.